Hi, everybody. This is Vina from Be So Creative in Las Cruces, New Mexico, and thank you for joining me today. Today, I'm going to turn this fabric into a beautiful pillowcase. I had never done a pillowcase before. I know, it's kind of strange, but anyway, this was so easy, this pillowcase. So we had this fabric here. I was thinking it would be a cute little gift for my nieces. I have two nieces and two nephews. So I thought it would be cool to do a little holiday gift for them for Halloween, and then I can send one for other holidays. But what you need to start is 3/4 of a yard of the main fabric. You need a third of a yard, which is 12 inches of this. This will be the hem, okay? And then 2 inches of a contrast fabric. Okay, and this will be this little section right here. Okay, so to start off, you're going to get what's going to be the hem. You're going to get this, the contrast, and you're going to, now if it's easier for you to start pinning it, these clips are so cool. If you don't already have some, you should get some. They're very nice. These are a little bit bigger than the ones I have at home, but they work really nice. And then just clip and don't do what I did. I'm going to tell you guys don't do it. And how do I know? Because I did it. I cut it off and I think I cut it too short. So it didn't match up, but now you're going to get this fabric, the main fabric, and you're going to line it up right sides together and make sure that you put the selvage to selvage. Okay. And then you're just going to pin it right here. Just wherever you pinned it before, it helps. But I find that it was helpful to pin this down first and then go back and pin this. I know it takes some time, but it'll be worth it later on to take your time to do this. I love these clips. Okay, so then I just pinned it all like this. Okay, so here's the trick. I'm going to get this fabric and I'm going to just roll it up like this. Just kind of like a burrito. Okay, and then you're going to get this other end of the fabric and you're going to pin it on here like this, selvage to selvage. Line up all the ends. Okay. Now Marco, I know, is taking notes as he's filming because he's going to go home and make pillowcases for everybody in his family. I'm sure Marco has learned so much, huh? He's going to be making quilts before this is all over, not just fixing the machines. If you guys don't know who Marco is, he's one of our wonderful technicians that keep our machines happy and running well. And if our machine is running well and we're happy and the machine is happy and we're all happy. So here we go. Okay, so I have pinned them all. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew this at a 1/4 inch. Okay, and I'm going to give you guys a little tip. I have the 37 foot here, and it's going to, the end of the fabric should come here. Um, and you guys are probably thinking, it's not lining up. That's okay. So I'm going to show you another tip that I showed. So if that's hard for you guys can put just a stack of Post-it notes right here, and it helps you keep the 1/4 inch. And on the Bernina, it has this right here that you can line up too, but it just gives something to bump against. And then you can, let me get this. Okay. And it just gets, and here I didn't get a starter piece of fabric to start. Oh, I was holding my breath, guys, that it would work. And it seems like it worked. Yay! Listen to the hum of that machine. Like I said, when our machines work good, we're good, life is good. We're all happy. Oh, I got off a little bit there. I do that sometimes. It's just that I'm nervous. I don't know if you guys know me, but I get very shy. That's a joke, guys, because I talk a lot and I don't think there's a shy bone in my body, but I don't like to be recorded. And you know what? This is so easy, guys. I put one together this morning before I came to work, the sample, because I kind of got lazy last night and didn't do it. By the time I knew it, it was bedtime. So it took me not that long to do it. Okay. Okay. Okay, so here we have our burrito. And I know you guys are like, it didn't match up there at the end. That's okay. We'll cut it so it matches up. Look at this magic. You guys didn't know I was magic, right? But watch. I was hoping Marco could be magic and make me skinny, but he says he can't. He says that takes a miracle. So, oh well. Okay, so voila. Here is what is beginning to look like a pillowcase. Okay. Now, the next thing that I would do is I would press it right here. Just press it down like this. Press it down like this so that it's pressed. But being a dodo bird that I am, I forgot to get the iron. But I'm telling you, I'm nervous, Marco. You don't believe me. So now what I'm going to do is we're going to have to sew this right here, and we're going to do a French seam. What I would do right here is I would cut off a little bit of this edge right here because it's going to, if not, it's going to get into the seam. Now what I did this morning was I cut the edges off and it was really short. So I thought, okay, I'm just gonna put at the very edge because it's gonna be in the seam anyway. And I'm gonna line this up. And so it doesn't matter if some of that is on there because like I said, it's gonna end up on the seam. So here, and if you guys notice, sometimes fabric doesn't line up very well, or it doesn't for me. Maybe it does for you guys. I don't know, but okay, so I'm gonna line it up. I'm gonna try and cut it straight. I'm gonna line up this right here, and then I'm gonna cut it straight. Like I said, we're gonna put some of this into the, but make sure that, see this right here? How it's a little bit shorter than this. So make sure we cut that part so that that part is included in that seam. And I'm just gonna make this straight right here, as straight as can be. I'm lining it up. It's gonna be a child's pillowcase. It's gonna be washed and rewashed and okay. Okay, so after you do this, we're gonna do is, I think these were called French seams. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put the wrong sides together. And of course, like I said, you would probably press this right here. Make sure that these sides are lined up, okay? And we're gonna get our clips and put it here. We're gonna line this up, and in a perfect world, it's gonna line up perfectly. Do you ever wonder how they do that in the show, in the movies? Marco, do you ever wonder that? Like when they do Bob Villa, everything works out so good. Everything matches up. He's gonna put in a vanity. Everything lines up perfectly. But and you know, and in a perfect world it would, but you know, that's, I guess that's what cameras are good for. So we're gonna just line up these. And then of course we're gonna have to do this in right here because you know the pillow has to be encased in here. And so then I was thinking as I was doing, you know, because I always think, I don't know if you guys know Izzy from the owner of the store. He says that I have a lot of things in my head, that I always have a lot of ideas. He doesn't like them all, but wouldn't these be cool to do for a birthday party? I don't know about you guys, but I don't like to buy gift bags because they're so expensive. But what about buying making a pillowcase for them and then putting their gift in there? I think that's a good idea. I don't know about you guys, but okay, so we're gonna do a 1/4 inch right here again, okay? You might want to do a scant this way, and I'll tell you why. Because this one is going to do, we're going to have, in a French seam, we're going to turn it inside out and we're going to catch this seam, okay? So you're kind of going to want to do like maybe a scant 1/4 inch, and I'll show you why, okay? Now these I'm going to have to mail to my nieces, but if, you know, I had a birthday party to go to and I was going to buy a gift, I don't like to buy gift bags because they're so expensive and then they just get thrown out. So I'm a little cheapy, but I was thinking these would be cool and then be a cool gift. Could put the gift in here, put a bow on it, and then they have the pillowcase to use later on. Make sure your ends are lined up. Now I'm gonna, don't forget to do the bottom end because the pillow's gonna go right through there. There, did you see my accent? There, it's gonna go right through there. Lining up the 1/4 inch now. I have the guide on the foot, so I really don't need to use those, but I'm gonna show you how. Okay. Okay, guys, we're almost done, I promise you. Now here's where I said I was a dodo bird and didn't get the iron ready, but you could do this without the iron. So now we have this seam and we kind of need to, you don't want to have that seam because it's going to fray, but if you kind of just push it through, we're going to turn it inside out, just like so. Okay. And then you kind of want to poke those little, I won't use the end of the scissors. I'm tempted to, guys, but at home I have a little awl that I use to push because it'll go through it. Okay. So now if I had the iron, I would probably iron these open like this, just kind of press it a little bit. Okay, because here's what we're going to do. We're going to get this seam and we're going to encase that seam right there in the inside, okay? And the reason why I'm telling you is to press it because if you do this and it folds and you do the, we're going to do it 3/8 of an inch, it's going to get the edge and the edge is going to look through. It's going to poke through there. So, and you don't want that. So you want to make sure that it is all the way open. And then we're going to sew that 3/4 of an inch. Now here, if you guys notice right here, this one has a 3/8 of an inch right here, but this is what I would recommend. I took that off so it sticks. Okay, so I'm gonna put this stack of Post-it notes, okay? And it's probably like maybe, I don't know, 10 Post-it notes. And then I'm going to just sew this. And I'm gonna let it hit the 3/8 of an inch right there, okay? Like I said, I'm going to open this because I don't want to unsew it if it catches that end. If you see that it's too much or you might get the end, then maybe, you know, you can trim that seam a little bit. But and I'm telling you this, how do I know that that'll happen? Because I've done it before. I know you guys probably think, oh no, I've done, let me tell you. And you guys, I'm ashamed to say this because Marco's right here filming, but sometimes I unsew and then I sew it back wrong. The other day I did it 3 times. I sewed it back wrong. Does that make sense? I sewed it back wrong. I sewed it again. I unsewed it, sewed it wrong. I unsewed it, sewed it back wrong. 3 times. It's, you know, it's a wonder I haven't sewn my fingers together. Watch, I just jinxed myself. I'll probably go home and sew my finger and then I'll have to bring my machine and say, you know what, Marco, I sewed my finger and it's off timing or I don't know, whatever you guys they say. Okay, so now I'm going to sew this end. I don't know if you guys follow the Thursday night on Facebook, the Comment Sold. We put together some really cool pillowcase kits, and it has the pattern in there. But they're very easy to make. You're going to see this. I'm almost done, I promise. Now, I should have told you guys to kind of line up this one right here, because you want this to kind of line up. If it doesn't line up, not a big deal. I mean, I know we're all perfectionists, right? But kind of lines up for the most part, but I just always say what happens in my sewing room stays in my sewing room. But sometimes it's easier to take the time to pin. So don't do as I do, because you're going to be on sewing a lot. But my seam ripper is my best friend. Just kind of slow over that thickness. Okay, are you guys ready? Let's see if it worked. You can cut these threads off. Let's see how it turned out. And then you can push those through. But like I said, it's going to be washed a lot if it's a child's pillowcase. And here we go. Then you can just press it right here, and voila. Turned it into a pillowcase. Nice pillowcase. If you guys notice the seam, there's no raw edges. So we did that. I know before it was called the French seam. It did fray a little bit, the fabric, but you just cut those. We just grabbed it in the, but if you guys notice. And so then you have yourself a pillowcase. Nice. It's an easy peasy, lemon squeezy pillowcase. And like I said, it's a nice gift. So hopefully you guys can have some, if you guys have fabric you can use, you can come to the store and look at our new holiday fabric. It's starting to come in. And then you guys can do the magic trick, turning fabric into pillowcases. So thank you for joining me today. And I hope you guys make lots of pillowcases. Have a nice day. Bye.